What's the creepiest thing you've seen the quiet kid do? So last semester I walked into homeroom early and caught Ethan crawling under desks scraping gum off with a plastic knife. He had this whole system with labeled Ziploc bags and latex gloves like some kind of crime scene investigator. At first I thought maybe he was just helping the janitor, but then I noticed each bag had a student's name written in tiny perfect handwriting. For weeks I watched him collect gum during lunch breaks when classrooms were empty, and he'd always check his phone timer before moving to the next desk. I asked him about it once and he just mumbled something about a science project and walked away clutching his backpack full of gum samples. Then things got weirder because I started seeing him in the cafeteria making these bizarre sculptures out of the used gum while everyone else avoided his table like he had the plague. He'd sit there for exactly 22 minutes every day, arranging different colored pieces into DNA double helix shapes and taking photos from multiple angles. One Thursday after basketball practice, I saw lights on in the science lab and found Ethan hunched over a microscope with test tubes everywhere. He had this whole setup that looked like a mini crime lab with centrifuges and petri dishes and notebooks filled with data charts. When he noticed me watching through the window, he actually waved me in and started explaining his project about genetic diversity in closed populations. Turns out he was extracting DNA from the gum samples because people chew for an average of 47 minutes, which gives optimal epithelial cell collection. He showed me his spreadsheets tracking chewing patterns and saliva pH levels for every student in our grade, and I started feeling sick to my stomach. But the really creepy part came when he pulled up a chart on his laptop showing genetic connections between students. He pointed to two names highlighted in red and said they were half-siblings who didn't know it yet. Their parents had been keeping this massive secret for 16 years, and Ethan discovered it through discarded spearmint gum. I told him he couldn't just reveal stuff like that, but he said science doesn't care about secrets, only data. He ended up winning the state science fair with his project, but had to sign all these NDAs about not disclosing personal genetic information. The school banned gum after that and installed security cameras in the science labs, but sometimes I still catch Ethan collecting hair samples from gym lockers or swabbing doorknobs for skin cells. Last month, he cornered me in the library and said my genetic markers showed a 73% chance of developing early onset arthritis by age 40. He even offered to show me the specific allele mutations, but I practically ran out of there.